A very fresh morning to one and all present here. Myself Zainab Kagdi from Atmiya Green School, Jadeshwar, Bharuch. We are back with English subject for class 6th. As we are taking revision for periodic test 2 and the exams are in our next week. So what we can do is we'll revise today worksheet number 3. In your syllabus, we are having two worksheets from your workbook. The first worksheet is number 2, Nature's Bounty. It's on page number 19. And second is worksheet 3, Furs and Feathers on page number 27. As today we'll discuss this worksheet number 3 along with the answers. So make sure you write the answers along with me. Furs and Feathers, page number 27 of your workbook. Question number 1 is read the following passage and answer the questions. More than one option could be correct in some places. Okay. So here we are having few fill in the blanks, that is 10 fill in the blanks, and here for each fill in the blanks we are having 4 options. You have to choose one among them, or in certain is also more than one correct answer. Question number 1 is as many as 1 million of dash of land, plants and animals are in danger of becoming dash if global warming continues. So first, as many as 1 million orders, species, groups or humans. So as you can see that the answer is groups. Answer is groups. Sorry, the answer is species. Okay, as many as 1 million species of land, plants and animals are in danger. Here we'll write species. Correct? Becoming dash if global warming continues. Becoming dash means minuscule, larger, threatened or extinct. They are in danger of becoming extinct. Extinct matlab no species will be existing in the environment, that is extinct. So second will come extinct. Second pillar it will become extinct. Okay. For your third fill up, dash species by the year 2050. So extinct species by the year 2050. Global warming is dash. So here in the third we'll write. So the answer to the third question is extinct, existing. Okay. Existing species by the year 2050 global warming caused. Global warming is caused when carbon dioxide gets the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide acts like the glass walls and ceiling of greenhouse. It lets sunlight in to warm things up, but it doesn't let the heat escape. It doesn't let the heat escape. The same thing is happening to our planet, making it a dangerously warmer place. Not only our plants and animals is in, so here we'll end up this, is in, is safe. Okay, so here the answer to it is safe. Okay, for question number 9 we are having many scientists believe the earth's rising temperature could dash melt polar ice caps. So could eventually. Here is your answer, eventually. This is your answer. Eventually, melt polar ice caps cause sea levels to rise and dash flooding. So we are having option prevent, cause, worsen, के deteriorate. So it can be cause. So we'll write here cause. Okay. So these are the options of your first exercise: species, extinct, existing, caused, sealing, escape, warmer. And for here we are having danger, eventually, and worsen. So these are the answers to your exercise number 1. Moving ahead to vocabulary, words related to animals. Fill in the blanks with the words given in the box below. Use the dictionary if required. Okay. So for each statement, you have to identify which bird it is talking about, which kind of bird. Okay. Question number 1. A. Some creatures like the owl that are active at night are called dash creatures. They are called nocturnal. Here we are having the option nocturnal creatures. So the animals or the creatures like the owl which is active at night, okay, they are called nocturnal animals. B is the ones who are active during daytime are called diurnal. Okay, they are called diurnal animals. Which are active at night. So which are active at daytime, which are active at night, they are called nocturnal. Which are active in day, during the day, they are called diurnal. C. Animals such as tigers that eat the flesh of other called creatures are called predators. Okay, such as tigers, all the carnivorous animals that eat the flesh of other creatures, they are called predators. They are called predators. Question 4D. The ability of an animal to change its behavior and characteristics in order to survive in its environment is called adaptation. You can see adaptation. E. The ability of an animal to change its natural color or markings, which allows it to merge with its surroundings to escape predators, is called camouflage. Okay, when they see their predators, when they see someone is going to attack them and some enemy is coming around, so they change their color according to their surrounding. They are called camouflage. Here we have first option camouflage. Okay, question F. Many birds and animals travel long distances in search of food and better climate. The habit of creatures is called dash. It's called migration. Okay. When in search of food, they have to travel long distances, and for even better climate, they migrate from one place to another. These kind of habit is of creature is called migration. Okay. Some creatures are such as vultures feed on dead or decaying matter. They are called dash. They are called scavengers. Okay, the animals such as vulture, they do not eat the fresh food, but they eat or feed on dead or decaying matter. So they are called scavengers. Number H. To protect themselves from extreme weather, some animals such as bears and bats go into a long deep sleep. This is called hibernation. Okay, this is called hibernation. So in order to escape from these weather, so they want to protect themselves, they go into a long and deep sleep. It is called hibernation. This was your exercise number B of your vocabulary on page number 28. Moving ahead to idioms. on page number 29. Fill in the blanks with correct option. Okay, so you have to find that which idiom is used for which animal. Okay, the idioms are given to you, you have to choose which animal is being used. It's an important activity, make sure you learn it by heart. Okay. Okay, the question number one is, if you have a lot of work to do, you are as busy as a dash. You are as busy as a dog, bat, or beaver. So you are as busy as beaver. The correct option is beaver. If you sleep for a short while, you have a dash nap. You have a cat nap. Why not do dog and bull? Because cat sleeps very the cat takes very short naps, and when they find something moving around, then they eventually wake up and they start moving. Question number 3, if you haven't seen someone for dash years, you haven't seen them for a long time. So if you haven't seen someone for elephant's ears, donkey's ear, horse ears, you will use donkey's ears. If you haven't seen someone for donkey's ears, you haven't seen them for a long time. So it is like idiom used for, it is like an idiom, you have to complete the idiom with the correct option. If you are a very important person, you are a big dash, you are a big fish. Okay, everybody likes big fish. If you are an important person, then it is called you are a big fish. Question E, if someone pretends to be sad and shed false tears, the person cries dash tears. I hope you know this answer. They are called, they're shedding crocodile tears. Okay, वो मगरमच्छ के आंसू है. So if someone pretends to be sad and sheds false tears, then they are shedding, they cries crocodile tears. Question F, if you do the same thing as someone else, you are a copy. We always use this in the classroom, even your copycat. Sorry. You are a copycat. You will use your cat. Okay. Question G says, if you go towards something in a very focused way without paying attention to anything else, you make a dash line for it. You make a B line for it. Correct option is B. Question H. If you get rid of two problems with a single solution, you kill two dash with one stone. You kill two birds. The birds are compared with the problems. You kill two birds with one stone. That means you're solving, you're getting rid of two problems with one solution. Okay. Question H. I. If you face a challenge boldly, you take the dash by the thorns. You take the bull by the thorns. As you can see in the picture, you take a bull by the thorns. You can face challenge. So in the same way, the man is facing the challenge very boldly, without any fear and with lots of confidence. So it is said, if you face a challenge boldly, you take the bull by the horns. So this was your exercise on page number of your work, animal idioms. Moving ahead to the grammar portion. Okay. We'll understand now what is phrase and what is a clause, and then you have to decide with when the words are given to you whether they are clause or phrase. Okay, so first let us understand what is phrase and what is clause. A phrase is a group of words which contains neither a subject nor a verb. Okay, phrase is something that it does not contain, they are just group of words, they do not contain any verb or subject. They act as a, they act like one word. For example, they are a group of words, but they act like one word and they do not contain any verb and subject. Then it is called a phrase. I'll give you an example to make you understand it. Okay, sun and sky. Sun and sky, they both are a group of words. We are not having any verb here. Sun and sky, any verb means any action is going on. No, sun and sky, so it is a phrase. Okay, moving ahead to clause. A clause is a group of words containing at least a subject and a verb. So now when a group of words which does not have verb and subject is called phrase, and when it is when a group of words contains at least मतलब एक तो verb और subject होता ही है, then it is called clause. Let us begin the exercise in order to understand it nicely. Okay. Question 1. Decide whether the words make a phrase or a clause. So phrase means without subject and verb, and clause means with subject and verb. Make sure this. Question number 1. The mango fell. Okay, here the mango here the mango here, let us the mango fell. The mango is a subject and fell is a verb. So when a group of words, the mango fell, three words are there. So when a group of words which contains at least a subject and a verb, it is called a clause. That is why it is a clause. Second, loud and clear. So again, loud and clear is just a word, group of words. It does not have any subject or verb. Verb means kriya, that means action words. So it is a phrase. Okay. Question C. After the school bell. So after the school bell. After the school bell. Here we are not having any verb and subject. That is why it is called phrase. She sang. She is a subject. Sang is a verb. So here it is a clause. With a bang. Again here no subject and no verb. So it is a phrase. As clever. Sorry. As clever as a fox. So it is a phrase. Okay. We ran. Again, we is a subject and ran is a verb. So here, when a group of words have subject and a verb, it is called a clause. I hope you learned this exercise as it is very important for your exam. Question H. It rained heavily. The rain is a verb. It is a subject. Okay. It rained heavily, so it is a clause. Sun and sky. Just now we discussed it is a phrase. It contains no subject and it contains no verb. J. After lunch. So it is again a phrase. In some time. Again it is a phrase. The cyclone struck. Again struck is a verb. The cyclone is a subject. The subject and verb makes a clause. I hope you understood this. When you're having a subject and a verb, it is called a clause. When a group of words does not contain any verb or subject, but they act as a single word, then it is called a phrase. Moving ahead to our exercise number B. Identify whether the underlined group of words are phrases or clauses. Okay, you have to identify जो underline किया हुआ है that whether it is a phrase or a clause. Again, I'll remind you, phrase no subject no verb, clause one subject at least or one word, at least one subject and a word. Okay, when I joined the school. Again, okay, when I joined. Again, joined is a verb. I is a subject, so it is a clause. Okay, the ground floor of the building consists of a garage and a lawn. Again, it's no subject and no verb, so it is a phrase. The man swam across the sea after he fell. So again, he and fell. So again, here he is a subject and fell is a verb. So it is a clause. The efficient cook made us our dinner. So made us, again made, subject, us, verb. It is a clause. He always said what he wanted to say. He, again, he, subject, wanted, verb. Okay. So again it is a clause. I am living in my own house. Again, there is no subject and no verb, then it is called a phrase. Okay. Question number 3. Underline the phrase in the following sentences. Mrs. Narayan is a woman of great wisdom. So underline the phrases. Okay, we have to just underline the phrases. Mrs. Narayan is a woman of great wisdom. A woman of great wisdom is a phrase. Rajesh is an artist of special talent. An artist of special talent. Okay, so it is generally after you, phrases are always used after the articles. If you see it, it's a woman, an artist. Okay, that way. So a woman of great wisdom, an artist of special talent. Sorry. Moving ahead to question number 3. The bus left the depot at the correct time. The depot at the correct time. The reception will be held at my friend's farmhouse. At my friend's farmhouse. I found a silver necklace by the road. Okay, by the road is the phrase. We saw a bird with blue spots on it. The bridges were built with great efforts. With great effort is a phrase. The floor of the ballroom was made of wood. The pharmacy is right around the corner. The right around the corner is a phrase. The talkative boy was made to sit in front of the class. The constable talked in a harsh manner. I like lemonade in the warm and humid weather. The warm and humid weather is a phrase. Rajiv likes to jog in the park. The wings of the eagle are long. My sister often goes to Mumbai. My sister is a phrase. Often goes to Mumbai. The rest is verb. We are having verb and everything. The biryani was of the highest quality. Of the highest quality. The rabbit chased the dog down the road. So down the road is a phrase. Lions are natural predators in the wild. The river runs through the city. So through the city is a phrase. The clown smiled in a sinister fashion. Again, a sinister fashion is a phrase. So phrase is a group of words which does not contain any verb and subject. So you have to underline such words which is not the subject, which is not a verb, but it is a group of words which acts like a one word. That is called a phrase. This was your answers to question number 3. Okay, moving ahead to articles. Okay, what are indefinite articles and what are definite articles? There are basically two types of articles. First, we'll study the indefinite articles. Indefinite articles such as a and an is used to talk about a person or a thing when we do not know which particular person or thing is being talked about. Okay, when we do not know which particular thing or person is talked about, at that time we use indefinite articles such as a and an. And the definite article the is being used before a noun. Okay, you have to use before a noun. Before a noun when we know which particular person or thing is being talked about. So the always comes before a noun when we know what it is being talked about. Okay. Fill in the blanks in the text given below with appropriate articles. Question first is, do you have dash camera? You have a camera and a passion for taking photographs. Do you have An eye for detail. So as we have already studied that, I'll tell you, A is always used before a consonant. Okay, it is used before a consonant. Now what are consonants? What are vowels? When we have vowels such as A, E, I, O and U, when we having these vowels, for that we always use A and N. For example, umbrella. So before umbrella we'll use A and N, as it sounds like umbrella. A and You have to understand the voice. Umbrella. So it is we will use. For example, if we have orange. Okay, but before that, before fill-ups we are having O. So it is a vowel. When we are having vowel, we always use A and N. Okay, and the other alphabets other than vowels such as B, C, D, E nahi, F. So these are all consonants. From A to Z except A, I, O, U, all are considered as consonants. So we use A before a consonant. As you can see in the picture, camera, C. So it is always, we use indefinite articles when we do not know about the particular thing. So we used A and when do we use A for consonants? Before, after fill up, when it is the first letter is consonant, we use A, and when it is a vowel we use N. Okay, you have to understand the sound. That means umbrella, it is A, umbrella. When we talk about European, U, it spells like a U. Y for yellow color, so U. Okay, so at that time we'll use A only, because U sounds like a Y. Okay, it doesn't sound like U for umbrella, it sounds like Y. So that is why we'll use there A, not N. Okay, do you have dash camera, a camera and a passion for taking photographs? Again, as you can see here, P is a consonant, we used A for taking. Do you have dash I for detail? Here you can see I. E for elephant, it is a vowel. Okay, here first letter is vowel, that is why you used A and N. Do you have the patience and calmness? Okay, the patience and calmness. Now these we have used definite article, the patience and calmness, that make great photographers. If the answer to these question is yes, then you might think of photography as a career option. Why a? Because after fill in the blanks we are having C. C is a consonant, we use A. Apart from knowing your camera well, you will also need a good understanding of light and lighting equipment as well as computers. Nowadays most of the editing work for photography is done on computers, but skill is not all you will need to have. You will also need a great deal of confidence, because today the professional world is very competitive. Most photographers are freelance workers, so they are not tied to a particular person or studio. This means that you will have to promote and advertise yourself and build up contacts by being an effective and impressive. Again, effective. Here you can see effective. E is a vowel. That is why we use an impressive use of language. If you are not an organized person or an okay, then your work will get messy and you will be doing a number of important things at the same time. Another essential quality in a professional photographer is punctuality. You will have to finish your work in time and keep your commitments to your clients. Do you know what a deadline is? To meet the or a. You can use here both the articles the or a. Among two, you can use one. To meet the deadline means very simply to finish your work by a specific date. Deadline is an important word for all the successful professionals. With the right kind of attitude, photography can be a richly rewarding career. With every new photograph you take, you learn something new. So, all you aspiring photographers, get to work and build a fascinating career with your camera. This was a paragraph regarding the camera and photography, and we use different articles, definite and indefinite articles. Moving ahead on your page number 33, in a sentence given below, there are articles error. Okay, we are having some error, we are having some incorrect, we have used incorrect articles here. Rewrite the sentence by correcting the errors. Now you have to rewrite again by correcting the error. Okay, he has found a geography book. Here we will use, here we know which book, this is geography, then we will use definite article the. He has found the geography book which he had misplaced yesterday. Okay, so that is how you write. After correcting, you need to write the correct answer. Please switch off your mobile phone once you are on the aeroplane. Okay, so instead of and, we'll use here the. Some people simply cannot keep the secret. So it's not the secret, is a secret. To be able to speak the truth, instead of a, we'll use here correct article, that is the. Okay, without fear requires the great deal of courage. Mother has got the cable connection. So instead of a, we'll write the cable connection disconnected to, so that I don't watch TV for a long time. Question F. A judge. It will come, the judge asked the witness where he was on the day when the burglary took place. So we'll have here 4 corrections. G. Is anybody wearing a watch? I need to know the time. So watch, for watch we use a, and for time the. Question H. Students who work well in the terms grow up to be very sociable. Here we'll have no article. So it will be written as it is. So these questions will be written as it is. No article is being used here. There is no incorrect article here. Okay. So that is for your worksheet number 3. The rest is 2 exercises are your homework, that is punctuation mark. You have to use the correct punctuation and you have to use the incorrect connect. You have to remove the incorrect punctuation. That is your homework. That is on your page number 34 of your workbook. So I hope you got the answers of these exercise. I hope you will complete your workbook and you learn the concept nicely.